Iggy, Plopsky's throwing in some flashbangs and a smoke. This is nice, this is fast and loud, hoping perhaps the flashes mask those loud trundling steps. Dexter descends and opting for a very quick flank. Q, gonna keep track of that. Plopsky's dealt with it.
They're in.
And the smoke's still up. The smoke is still up, really? As the bomb's going down, that is very spicy. Peeking over it enables torzsi for one. S attack, fake, hunted. Bymas needs one, spinning around. Oh. Quick tap. But now all onto one. Plopsky, Goosh onto the first, but MBK, another impactful pistol, not a single point of health taken, and a double kill provided.
I love pistol rounds because you're not aiming for the body, you're always aiming for the head. So we get some spicy shots coming out.
That's a little bit like Russia's Apex Hey Future Pros in terms of the smoke.
Indeed.
But from Plopsky's position, you can barrel two flashes in after. I think we might have to throw that into the playbook.
Yeah, well, Russia's going to work on a couple of new Future Pro videos.
Rushley, maybe there's one for you. Throw that in the Google Doc, Rushley.
Come on now. What are you doing, mate? You're too busy observing, not creating. It's a great start for MOUZ as they look to convert here just against the Glocks. There is, well, plenty of them in play, and one P254 Yesa tag.
Funnily enough, I was talking to LFO's coach / Savage's father, Ben, and hampus just this morning.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
And
quite the combo.
Yeah, and Ben was talking about his boys buying on the second round on T side and how he wasn't sure it was the right idea. He was ashamed that LFO kept buying on their second side. Hampus gave him a touch of advice. And the advice was, yeah, you should usually eco because then they get stuck with SMGs. And Ben was, the cogs were worried.
Okay, all right.
It was a really good conversation.
I love that so much. Just having a chat with him as well. Look, first of all,
it's sincere chat.
He looks so much like my dad. It's tearing me up a little bit. But second of all, right, just to have the conversation with him, and he's taken so much of an interest that he's understanding the game on a level that that parents, look, there's one thing of being a supporter, there's another thing of actually understanding what's going on, and it's great to listen.
Can you imagine your dad saying, boys, I think you need to stop forcing on those pistols second round.
All right, Dad.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
No worries, mate. Well,
Hampus and MBK in a bit of a smoky standoff, and he has got support. This really, in both ways, looks like it might just end up in a bit of a standoff. Hampus naded and...
Not far off, really, with those shots, is it? I love this, though, this setup to condition B, so it can't just be a playground for T's early. MBK backpedaling isn't going to get caught on the jiggle. I tell a lie.
Nearly caught him with the pin pull, but...
You want to hang around here for as long as you can, right? Because the thing is, when they come back to clear it, they'll have to use a little bit of extra utility. They'll be worried about all the different angles. So this is stalling NiP's default crawl out, and it is a default. They don't want to get involved in any of this early utility hijinks. But here's those nades I was talking about. Molly to clear out close. Hampus on the -1 with the TK, but MBK's looking to re-aggress here.
Yeah, he eats the flash. They're going to
from Bymas, yeah.
Yeah, MBK crosshair right there. Crosshair is right there. A lot of information. 2B, he screams, gets the frag onto one, and they know that Bymas is locked onto quad. Smokes himself out. That's a big play to at least enable the uncertainty to brew. Okay, now, are they going to park Hampus? Oh, this is very, very much an in-game leader call. Leave me be. And then who takes contact first, Chad?
I feel like Hampus should wait here, right? He's going to hope for a little bit of re-aggression. If he can find a kill, it'll keep feet planted on the B side, maybe even draw a rotation, allow his teammates to just focus in on A, and they have. Dexter down, the site's open, Frozen out of position towards elevator.
Yeah, they're even starting to rotate a little bit now. They're on their way. This needs to be a perfect stop incendiary. Default plant is not going to be possible. Someone needs to get the numbers down. Spray, they know it's a safe corner. Oh, perfect shutdown. Round one. MOUZ off the back of that utility, forcing a unfavorable plant and catching him on the digits. That is what looked like a perfect call out of NiP, getting the frag and the bait they wanted, but defended nicely. Good util and conversions.
Yeah, that right there is impact just from Frozen's Molotov, right? It's normally one of those harder things to quantify right there. Good trade. The thing with the B bomb site, maybe you guys at home noticed this, right? It's so difficult as a B anchor, and one of the things that I think a lot of teams like to do early is condition B so that the lobby area is not theirs for free. Because you saw there, MBK has to worry about the boost on the left side, and Bymas is also going to jiggle and worry about the stairs, and then the other side of the boost, right? Opening kill for torzsi, lovely stuff. Oh, phzy falls too, so this is looking great for MOUZ. But I'm liking what we're seeing early, and Yanko was talking about how this could be maybe not the right pick, but I'm sure Hampus and DJ will have a reason for their madness. See when they can break the streak. I don't know if that's going to happen in a 3-on-5 situation. Plenty of time on the clock. Now, this is going to sound silly. To anybody who was born after the year 2000 and Let's go with 2005. Who's watching? Do they still teach you how to read analog clocks?
Oh. Probably not. Not ready. Rez in the center of that smoke, enabling him to have somewhat of an advantage with the crouch key press. Frozen, if they don't clear him, if torzsi could start taking contact now, there is a universe where that multi-kill comes in.
There's a molly for him.
Oh, yes. Yes. Backs are turned, only one. torzsi can't take the fight. And Plopsky, yeah, he will get that down, extinguished by the smoke, so bomb plan's safe. On the retreat, Raz lucky to be alive, and he's been given a new lease of life. He can dig his heels in. Plopsky would love a frag here.
2 smokes for the retake, though, here, Alex. It's going to get a bit dicey.
Doesn't go off that. I thought he might have swung through, but NBK would have had him. Plopsky, perhaps the element of surprise is here. They could go over his head. Cleared now. Bymas gone. What a shot out of Plopsky. It is all up to Plopsky. Does fall now. NBK again contributing. He's been locking down this site. Last one to fall regularly, and again a multi-kill from him. So make it 4-0. Yeah, the analysts' fears at the moment being realized in terms of it being the correct pick. But this is just the start in terms of conditioning. You made it clear, and NiP are just trying to get a feel and keep the CT's feet planted.
Well, they bucked a trend there. The bomb went down, right? So there's a positive. With the loss bonus where it's at, we can see the AKs coming out one more time for NiP. On the fade there, unfortunate for Dexter. And this is one of the situations, right? That molly is like, well, we should molly sandbags, but we don't actually think anybody's there, right? Otherwise, it would have been a bit more of a focus. Swung together, fell together. Now we get back into play as, well, 3-man lean over towards A early. torzsi throwing the supportive util. Dexter over towards the scaff position. Frozen on the jiggle from Crane. NBK now left to his own devices on B. They've done enough of conditioning the lobby early. Bymas, well, over towards mid. So that's the CT setup as T's are in a default scenario.
Yeah, it's a bit of a change in the fact that it's NBK over there, or if I've just been blind. I thought Bymas was typically dispatched. NBK throwing out the smoke stairs, and it's a suspicious smoke. I think S-Tank's just going to have to respect it. phzy for now is just going to be held at bay. The flames spread, and
I love the transitional defense.
Yeah. This has become more
Vogue?
That's the word. Thank you. Thank you. They're much more Vogue. I was going to say avant-garde, not where I'm going for.
Got to be careful with the backpack right there. You don't want to get too close to the tarpaulin because it's thin, and you could show on through. But with phzy Park so far up, they can turn their affections towards A, and well, we know hampus on a map like Ancient says just go B. Vertigo similar, you just go A. So the utils here, plenty of smokes, plenty of flashes, mollies. Well, I don't see any right now.
Oy. Risky business. No one's gone down, and at the 30-second mark, can't help but feel like NiP, they need a way in, and they need it now. Smokes are being thrown. That is the start of the end. Dexter kept honest, only the one, but it is still torzsi. He's a problem, especially when he takes down the bomb carrier. Hampus takes initiative, takes the bomb, and takes the plant. Can they stop it? Doesn't look like that's the case. Bymas at least confirms one distant towards the sandbags. Rez.
All right.
1 HP. Here's the steps. He confirms his suspicions. There is one short kite, but not ready for S-Attack as well. Bait and switch. And now Hook. Let's see if the line is available. Hampus and Rez with 98 points of health between the two of them. That's quick maths. He has the kit, but he doesn't have the smoke, so he does have to go hunting here. Clears his close. Very concerned about close, but back not ready. Quick snap into the head of Rez. It's up for the hard clear. Hampus hides the sandbags, doesn't have the time for this, so NBK now just going to get away with his AK unless Hampus has other plans. He does. And then NiP. There you go. 5th round's the charm. They break through the plant, but this time the conversion as well.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. And they have been wearing down on MOUZ spots over those first 4 rounds of play, right? It's not like they have flush for cash. The rounds have been kind of close. If you take a little bit of a look at the scores on the doors, the last 2 consecutive that MOUZ posted, only 2 players survived, right? They'll actually take a timeout called from DJL here. So an opportunity for him to help structure these T-sides, right? Okay, well, we will lift this many players. We're going to have to rebuild like this. This is where their economy is most likely at. You can see the coaches, some of them have notepads, and they even jot down what type of guns got the kills. So, okay, maybe if early lots of SMGs got kills, or maybe the shotgun came out and we have some crazy cash that you could be flowing, right? So it's always important to, you don't have to keep too much of a lid on it, but you need to make sure you're tracking it as best you can. And a big question mark is that, do we expect an AWP, right? Because if you don't expect an AWP, it can change the tune of how you want to approach. Now, they better be expecting an AWP because as we can see, bottom right-hand side of your screen, torzsi has that equipped. CZ, unfortunately for Frozen, Dexter with the MP9, but the other two, MBK and Bymas, have still been able to get those M4A1Ss in their hands. No kit and light util. So this is a good chance for NiP to convert a second and break the bank here of MOUZ early.
Torzsi's
He's committed here, Alex.
normal. Yeah, he's going to
committed.
be fully committed at 20 HP, and that is a nasty death to concede. Feel bad for chuckling, but Torzsi, especially when you consider the state of the affairs and the finances, now Frozen would love.
It so bad.
He does, but he also knows his death is imminent should he try.
It's just bad.
Oh, it gets worse. It actually gets worse.
Yikes. Well, that is marooned right now. You might want to send out a reconnaissance mission. Hey, MBK, Bymas, can you come over with the big boy guns? We need to get this AWP back, but might be too little too late now. There's more of the crew for NiP rocking up to help out phzy.
Okay, well, phzy gone. I mean, Frozen's still a lot with a little there.
Uh-oh.
Hang on, Bymas has caught hampus NiP. They just let go of the reins. The horse wild starts to buck. And that orb now falls off the map. Rez with a strong arm.
I'm going to check.
Not sure.
I don't know if it went fully off here.
Rez not going to be ready for the boost.
Oh, it didn't go fully off.
Backpack, not sure what's going on. Let's get this one. Just a tip of the head. Frozen with a swing. Imprecise. Elsewhere, they're starting to surge into B. Rez has kept them busy, and now B neutralized. They're not going to know where to go.
MBK's rotating here. Plopsky's back and forth. The footsteps are going to be heard. 29 seconds on the clock here, and this nade could do it all.
Frozen, what are you supposed to do? It's alive.
Just.
Yeah, and his presence is not going to be enough. Not going to be enough, NiP. It nearly was the blue shell, despite the way that started. Good grief.
Oh, dear. And that AWP, you could see it there in that final cam, didn't quite make it over the ledge. I believe that's been picked up by phzy here. So they're even able to scoop that up in the tail end of play. So, yeah, look, it was cheeky. And when it felt like they were aware of the maneuver, because that Molotov, you noticed that phzy and the other defender of NiP neither picked. They just waited. And, you know, if you're torzsi, you think, are you serious? Like, come on now. But just up against the Pistolers here, 4 of the MOUZ members over towards B. And Dexter, he's just going to do the in-game leader job of hoping he can scout them out towards A. And then when you're in this type of situation, you're going to corral the troops. Okay, I've spotted some here. Rotate, come here now. This is the committal. Realistically, it's likely just to be a bit of an eco slaughter.
Yeah, well, Esatag was the prime candidate for it. He has, however, just started to maneuver away as they walk on down. So no contact. They'll get the info probably from the eardrums, and he has heard them. So communication's been made, and a hesitant NiP walking into a expected to be wide open site. Torzsi joins. We've got ourselves a Plopsky 2K? Only the one.
1K.
And an 8K in the bag.
Better than a none K.
Or
a null K.
A null K.
Sounds like Dolce.
It does also sound like a kind of a player we'd be casting. A null K gets 2.
Dude, there's some names out there that I'm so scared if we ever have to do them. Like the guy that I think most people have just dubbed as Steam Guard. Like,
yeah, what?
Some names, man. Like, especially when we did have all the Russians pop off back around at the E-League events, and it was like, wait, what? How do you say Bymich's name? Like,
it's like the one that looks like Xbox, but it's Hvost.
Yes. There's just, look, it's obviously a different language, and that's why we're not really equipped to give it a crack.
Torzsi's got the way with the 8K. I'll get a bit of Italian there. I don't know what happened to me.
Oh dear. Well, I think you're smashing the torzsi.
I'm really enjoying it, actually. It's kind of my redemption arc from yesterday.
Give us your Morrissies.
Oh yes, Morrissey. Thank you.
Because you're gonna have 2 more days where maybe we cast them. I'll have to take a look at the games, but I think we should start a swear jar for the last 2.
I'd like that. I'm down.
We'll see how many we can.
You know, I think the state of play meant I get that yesterday was like my one day, but
give it a lengthy holiday. Now you're back, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that was my first cast of the year, and Rez did catch some flack early from the spray of Frozen.
Happy to play this one. Well, with a bit more pace here, Hampus. Might just peer on in, you know.
He's having a look. Last time he tried this, he got met by the Bymas hole, but this time too short. Both looking his way. Frozen usually good for it and holding that line successfully.
10 kills for Frozen now, having a bit of a game.
phzy has contributed, but unlikely to see a second, especially when Torzsi manages the spray as well as that. 4 on 3, Rez low. almost a 4-on-2, especially now he's just set up with the AWP. He's going to try and provide some overwatch, but it leaves phzy and phzy to try and maneuver into this A site. Now, there is 60 seconds. There is perhaps at the back of their minds the potential for the flank. You can see a cursory glance there from phzy, but we can, through power of the minimap, see that NBK's got his feet firmly planted at quad.
If you're NiP right now, it's the riskiest move to make, but if you can not throw any of the U2 you have residual and try and creep up and see if Rez can have that oversight you were talking about, that might be the best maneuver, because you don't want to give a tell for torzsi to jump on up and start bopping.
Yeah, and that's what he's got right now. Rez, the overwatch is cancelled. Rez died too. Hey.
Hey! Oh, there's so much there to unpack.
Yeah, you see what I did there?
Yeah, that's great.
Tag, one, and not dead, actually. Maneuvers away with grace, 19 seconds. I see a plan in his future. Maybe tag does too, as he takes a nice swing into Bymas. So light on time, still hunting. Swung out, the Dane's in trouble. NBK just about gets away. But damn, tag demonstrates you cannot give him an inch, because that mile ain't far away.
I was just having a bit of a Google, I think. Now, if I remember this rightly, there was an interview with phzy recently.
Oh?
And now, I could be making this up, but I swear I read somewhere, like, an interview with phzy talking about, like, the nickname he got a price tag, and he was like, how is that a bad nickname? Like, actually, that's a pretty good... They paid me a lot of money to play? What's the problem with that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. There's worse ones. Like, I think Somple would have triggered me more.
Like, for me, if I'm phzy, yeah, I'll take price tag.
Price tag, what? I'm expensive and of value.
Thank you very much, actually, everybody.
You've attributed a lot of money to my contributions? Oh, that sucks, guys. Damn, you got me good.
How dare you?
Burn me, man. I was talking about Monacy's story. I was talking about Monacy's story at a laundrette in Copenhagen.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just trying to explain. We got talking, you know, you're waiting for your laundry.
Sure.
And just talking about Monacy, talking about him led us into some, that was the admiration, that was the break point when I told them how much he was worth at 16.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Everyone understands that.
Yeah, I think so.
Everyone understands that. Hello, Frozen. Goodbye, Hampus.
Good trade.
Necessary. torzsi backing away and comfortably. Now, that is the AWP. We do have the SMG in support, so Dexter does have to try and set him up for a potential reaggress. We're still at 60 seconds, but as you can see, as we all can see, phzy gonna spearhead an alternative route.
Hard fight right now against Bymas. You can see how active he is. He's ready for somebody to step on out in that corner. And actually, his crosshair placement, it not looking like it's for the head, right? He wants to get those M4 bullets. And now it's for the head. He's actually adjusted a little bit up here.
It could boost for him. Just as he tucks in, though, he will take a cursory glance. And now with util, perhaps not. Molotov off.
Steep.
Smoke for the cross. Yeah, this could be a real punishing if they're not clearing. One, can't find the second. phzy's done a lot with these trades. Double so far for him. He's got a lot of nades, but he's losing teammates. NBK, 11-4. He has been on the DMs. He's looking like a bit of a throwback, a bit of a retro NBK here. And with 14 seconds left, phzy, you'd love a plant, but just they know the clock is on their side unless those three bullets find two heads. Click. Oh! Caramba! They nearly ate his shorts.
Dearie me. Could you imagine? A bang and a bang? That would have been beautiful stuff from phzy there.
When I heard the clicks, I saw the first. Yeah, something possible there.
First timeout right now from MOUZ called. I do need like a timeout tracker, right? Obviously, we have the tracker to say how many left when we get in here, but I have to keep track of who's taking what and who's doing it when. I believe this would be the first MOUZ, jotting this one down. It's the pen. No. All right. And that's why I have the notebook. But this is a chance as well for DJ to get on the mic again, because over there on the NiP side, the cache is a bit funky. phzy and hampus are light on, same as phzy, whereas Rez and phzy could buy AKs and armor. So this is the type of round, loss bonus being 2,900 in the next, where maybe you'd want to keep about 1K, 1.5 left in the bank to guarantee a buy coming up in round number 11. Or you buy the AK-47. So that's actually been dropped across. They've hedged their bets here, right? So they haven't gone all in. They've kept that cash at a position where they should have enough in the next round for a full buy, and they can keep themselves threatening here. So in this situation, your pistol players, you're kind of sending them out like drones. Find some information and set Rez up to get an opening kill.
Makes sense to back Rez. He's definitely been having somewhat of a renaissance. 100 ADR, as you can see, the peons look to take contact. Rez here to finish the job. He is there for the slam dunk of the layup. Yeah, true. Dexter position to bait. Now the swing. Oh, and the multi-kill's kept honest. Rez, however, did meet an AWP bullet. And And that should be the end of it. torzsi's overextended and Bymas is babysitting. So problem solved. And I think the death of Rez there from torzsi was enough to win the round.
Yeah, important kills, though, because it's actually kept MOUZ's cash pretty contained. And I know with the scoreline as it's reading now, it doesn't look good. But if NiP get this gun round, they wipe everybody out, there's no saves. At that point, they're able to really start working on a teabag of their own.
A teabag of their own?
Teabag of their own. Like a round
Earl Grey, or?
Well, I am currently drinking an Earl Grey, I believe. Let me have a look.
What would be your, like, can we have, like, you know, a sommelier-esque analysis? You know, like, let's say you're a wine expert, but you're a tea expert.
All right. I'm not really big on tea, so for me, maybe I'm the wrong man to ask. Oh, he's coming through. Dex is through.
That's fruity for sure. At least Rez is there to stop it from getting awkward, but I think actually awkwardness sown already.
But that right there, it tells where this economy is at, right? An MP9 spotted. There's another one on MBK here forward towards B, so they have to make these more desperate maneuvers to get the most out of this lighter weaponry.
Yeah, MBK, the daddy on the B, he's been doing great work. And this time, I mean, not with the weaponry, you're going to see a different approach from MBK. You know, with
nice
the rifles
boost.
hanging around, that is a nice boost.
I like that.
The default clear.
Yeah, I actually like that a lot.
You could even edge around. Like, you could even peek, you know, over the smoke into the wider line.
Well, look at this info play. MBK's continuing now for info.
Respect.
Oh, nades around. He's going to hit pin pulled.
Did you hear it? MBK didn't react.
Maybe not now.
Yeah.
Down the ladder he goes. MBK's a real nuisance right now.
Yeah. This is the B defender. He's about to be biting your backside if he gets this right. Oh, he's hearing phzy above him. Mouth moving 100 miles an hour. He knows the comms. One lurk mid. One lurk mid. And he's already on beast. Oh, actually, hampus has the presence of mind to check it, but just as he worms away, MBK wiggles in. Oh, has to be a clean headshot. Could be two.
Oh, my lord.
Is a beast. Oh, and that will get the salt in the wound. I'm talking Himalayan pink. Brutal.
Have to fight.
And they will. Tag takes them both down in a body bag. 4 for the Ninjas and 3 for Tag. Top of the scoreboard for the boys.
I really liked what both teams did there, to be completely honest with you, and that's why it was a chaotic close round. So they hedged on it was going to be an A execute. MBK went for the info play, making sure they're keeping these lighter buys, you know, with the best they can. The SMGs got a lot of work done there. That's where the 3 kills that they were able to pick up in the round came from, was the MP9. So it was the rifles for MOUZ that struggled. Good late lurk from phzy here to seal the deal. And now it is a force buy back from MOUZ. If NiP can win this, they should be sitting pretty to get themselves up to 6.
3 lean B early. Okay, should be dead. Should, could, isn't yet. Oh, what? Bymas, long range. Now they've lost 2 on B. The bomb's still loose, but they've lost a lot of ground. You can see Tag's trying to dump his util, isolate Bymas, and make him call for raid. Molotov, the default site. They're committing to A, though.
They're quite noisy on it, too. Lots of steps on the ramp. Frozen's going to hear this. torzsi can rotate in as well, but it's not like they have the guns for this. Just the Deegs.
I mean, yeah, this is a Frozen Deeg, though. It's costs the same. Doesn't necessarily operate the same. The Deagle Blaze has a soft spot in many a player's heart. The wallbang shy. phzy's got it down. So now it gets a bit more complicated.
If they head over towards B, they might be able to find themselves another gun, right? Bymas has gotten the M4, sorry, off of MBK's corpse. If they do head over to B and push on down as a unit and find another rifle that was left on the deck from hampus's body, then this is great, right? They're going to carry it through. Next round would have been an eco anyway. Instead of an eco, they're going to have 2 rifles. They can drop one of the pistols across. Bymas can drop his deagle, and they're going to be pretty schmick.
Often, yeah.
Yeah, so this is good. There's the AK highlighted, a Molotov next to it as well. Really good stuff today, Obs team. You're going to get a pay rise.
But yeah, I mean, the boost you saw from the Ninjas on that B stairs is not something we've necessarily seen frequently.
It was a good response to that defensive smoke that MBK put out.
Well, yeah, otherwise you just sit there staring at it with nothing to contribute, so.
Hoping a pot flash isn't coming your way.
Yeah.
Because they could clear out close wood, right? It was quite tidy. This is the thing as well, there's so many, you know, and these smokes get thrown, but then one person goes, hey, wait, hold up. But why don't we just do this, you know? And that's not ever the natural response. So these things do evolve over time. But here it is, that tidier looking buy. 3 Deegs, 2 and 4s, and 2 rifles, and both of them have armor behind them and a kit. So this is still dangerous.
For some reason, it's quite aesthetically pleasing. You got the T-rifle, the CT rifle, and Desert Eagles for the peons. Let's see how this one shapes up. Nice lineup for Tag to clear close without a bullet fired. Hampus to fire some if Bymas was to go wide on that.
Well, this is where they get the control of lobby, right? And you can see, oh, here's a boost on the other side of things.
Yeah,
I was going to check his corners. Maybe not even his corners, the elevation.
It's a very unlikely clear when you're so concerned about short. Depends on what he's considering. A lot of the pros, however, just have it like muscle memoried in to have a glance.
Yeah, like you drop a molly close, make sure they can't fight. But they have to worry about the boost on both sides.
He just
took a glance.
Return his crosshair to it. He knows what he's got to be checking. Oh, he is going to catch him, isn't he? Oh, bam! One click. Rez gone, forced to watch. Frozen's in a prime position for some headies here. Skip it up.
Just again, there's the other side.
Oh, not quite. Drills him. Frozen good for it on the first, but it's S-Attack that's keeping the Ninjas consistent. Just post his 14th frag, a re-smoke to ensure safe plant.
They have the kit round on Bymas. They may as well have a look in for this. They're going to buy in the next round regardless. The cash is there. They could have a go at this.
They're trying to bait him in, right? And that has worked. Plopsky does get caught on the edge of the smoke as Bymas with the silencer. Posts up. They've got smoke. They've got kit. And they've lost it all. Bymas has secured the round. I see that. There we go. Hampus down. Well, wow, backwards. NBK goes down, and we do see the gap close.
That right there, that's good little teamwork that you want to see, right? In those situations, if you're at home, maybe you're thinking what you can do in post-plant scenarios. If you have util, you know, you can always be calling that for your teammates, right? This was hit great by torzsi, and then they even mantled the boost up on the other side of things. A really good shot from Plopsky. But I like the fact they went for it. They knew exactly what they were working with on the MOUZ side of things, knew that they could give that one a decent crack, try and take the most out of the round, and away we go again. 7-6, 1 round the difference, guns out finally. Not a single defuse kit in play on this CT side.
Torzsi's gone aggressive.
Well, they're faked A heavily here. They're going straight towards B.
How long will it take for them to solve this? Now,
Contact,
last time,
contact.
into MBK's home, he catches you on the... Is his barrel sticking out?
No, he's all right.
Molly. What's his decision-making tree? He's burning and opts to underhand it. They know he's there, but his survival is part and parcel of this defense. Nades on his nose! He's finally gone, but that's enabled Bymas to at least tuck in. Blind for now. Dexter's here. He's hearing them. Retreat.
Bymas going to flash him through.
Completely abandoned ship. They want him to clear and call it clear.
Okay, this is a lot of info back here from Dexter. Don't know if you'd be expecting a player to take this much space. Let's see how switched on Hampus is. Here's the flash. It's going to be a jump up on the wood here from Dexter.
Nothing to report. Nothing to report. Does that get the cogs turning that it could be A, or is this...
If Dexter goes exactly in MBK's grave here, what, are you going to clear it again? Are you going to molly it again? Really? Well, yeah, they are.
Yeah, in answer to your question, a resounding yes. S-Attack might not clear him. Looking the wrong way, and Dexter will get a freebie.
A's open. They've all rotated.
Oh, bloody hell, it's worked. Better accelerate. Get your util in, because torzsi's a threat. Frozen will be the few to voice concerns. He hasn't opted to elevate. Instead, just stares at the flame.
Save, I think. Last round of play coming up next. Hold on to what you have, boys. You'll be able to drop a couple of guns, 2,900 loss bonus into the next. You go for this, you drop the ball. You get nothing for the final round, just some upgrades.
So if you were categorizing that on a desk, like, would you call that a double pump beef fate?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's a good way to, definitely a good way to summarize it.
God, like, you know, we were living in the eyes of MOUZ there, and you could feel how frustrating it was to not only feel like it was a B commitment to then go to clear B stairs, call it clear, and then there's an execute coming.
And how quick the execute came,
yeah.
Right? That's the crazy thing.
After it being called clear.
Yeah, so I jumped up, I think it's clear, guys, and the next minute, 2 mollies, a couple of smokes and flashes.
You are going to rotate when Dexter's saying, another molly quad? You know, like, I'm on my way.
Exactly, so really good calling there from NiP. Well done, well handled. Good to flush him out, and you can see the importance here, guys, of getting the kill and hitting the brakes. You've seen a lot of that from these two teams, right? You don't have to over rush things. A lot of the time it can go, we get a kill, we take some space, right? You don't always have to commit. If you're on the same page, if you have a plan, if you keep your cool, you too can play like the pros.
You can do it too with Can Do. Back when we had television and watched it.
Still got the ads. Oh, don't we? That's not bad from Dexter, but unconfirmed damage. phzy's blood will be smattering the back of the forklift room wall. But they're just peppering on through, and this is the power of the Silence Them Force, right? You're able to get away with a little bit more cheeky maneuvers. And you do have to respect it if you are on the NiP side. So Happy to take their time, 1:15 on the clock.
The world's easiest smoke lineup there. Anyone struggling to re-smoke ramp?
Well, that's 3 smokes that have been dedicated to this position right now.
Yeah, NiP don't seem to care. They're just like, okay, we'll just do what we were doing when you ran out.
Exactly, and that means once they throw a flash and they force their way up, if Frozen and Dexter don't fight, then they have to go Kara in the side. They can't drop the crane one way. They can't block off short, right? They don't have that utility, so they need to actually stand in position to biff, and they're set up to do so with that Frozen flash.
Yeah, it'll be Dexter that calls for it. Surely now, as his vision returns, they try and remove their opponents. Nothing.
Anthony's smoke is making this awkward.
It is, and he's going to walk straight through it. They're looking the wrong way.
Hello, Governor.
Oh, Dexter's about to
He's
make
not
the
going to
play.
look.
The play. This is the moment. Oh, and it's gone.
Oh, it was the moment.
It was. Fortunately, Plopsky, I don't know whether it's just happenstance or awareness. He's caught him completely with his trousers down. And NiP chilling. Like, the smokes are up. They wait for the flash. They are in no hurry.
Well, they better hurry, though.
Yeah, 13. They've lost rounds like this before. And torzsi doesn't miss those. Guys, 8. No, plant won't spread. It's too deep.
Too deep.
Frozen could have won the round on that one. He has, even previously. And now Rez's multi-kill secures the fate of our final round of this first half. Vertigo, gap closed. And end up with a 1-out half here on the T side. Impressive considering how it did start. 4-0 for MOUZ. And the gap closing, a nice finish. 5 consecutive rounds from the Swedish side to wrap up this half. NiP looking to close this one out in 2. And MOUZ looking for some revenge in our second half.
Hey guys, it's Robs. I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks on Vertigo B and how I prefer to anchor sometimes, and maybe you can implement it to your own playstyle. So on Vertigo B, if you want to play
We're rocking and a roll, and now this is a grudge match, Chad. I don't know if you've been reading the chat, but they've been arguing over who asked to turn on the AC. Not only is this for ESL Pro League, this is for pride and a little bit of fury involved.
Well, who's the biggest daddy in the server right now? Because I think they normally get to decide where the temp of the room
I pay
sits.
the bills, I set the temp.
Go put a bloody jumper on.
Says Daddy Chad. We've got Cyclone behind him in terms of filling that role. He is the new coach behind him, and a lot of words of affirmation and praise headed his way. NBK says, have fun. Let's see if he's going to have fun in this pistol, as he has been for a lot of...
This is going to be explosive here, Alex. They just have Kev, right? So it's contact until they're spotted and then go. And they might not get spotted. Wait, they do.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to respect that smoke.
Here we come.
And now the wall is established. phzy at least gets one back. He's not ready for the CT swing. Frozen's... Oh, this is so potent. Yeah, you're not checking that. Rez caught slipping. There is a kit in CT, so if hampus was to click and Plopsky was to find some heads, we've got a round to talk about here now. Armor equipped. Where is that kit? He has picked it up. Plopsky's equipped with it now. Close on the gen. It's a very likely clear. They didn't push off the flash. Chad's not happy, but the clicks could come in all the same. Now dancing, and torzsi will find 8. So a pistol goes MOUZ's way, and immediately they equalize.
Yeah, that was like that flash. Unfortunately, it meant that it was probably going to be Plopsky having to go on his own to take multiple fights. But it's a really cool flash that VP do, actually. They pop it, right, back from the elevator room, and it lands, and it should get the guy at gens, right, and help you entry in. But yeah, that one was never really looking like it was going to go the way of NiP, but I like the approach, just silent stuff, the explosion over the top, and the Glock kills come on in. Made it interesting, but now they're going for the economical here on the CT side, so NiP not wanting to get involved in the force by wars.
And you saw, like, phzy, as soon as he had information, he did everything he could. He drops his smoke, full CT, gets a kill. but there was a whole 4-man unit pushing for it. Now, talking of 4-man units, how about 5? Running on in.
Nice shot.
And that's the B site open for business. So Chad, what did you have for breakfast today?
I had scrambled eggs.
Scambies.
Some toast. I ordered extra brat.
Are you a sourdough man if you can? More of like a white bread.
I do like the white bread because I enjoy my sugar.
Yeah. Bit of a basic.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like brown bread. I don't like the seedy bread either.
No,
it's a bit gritty. I like my bread to be easy. This is the flash I was talking about.
Okay, well, maybe we can watch it. There you go. And it catches him.
Oh, I think he missed it.
Yeah, he did.
He did miss.
Thank God we didn't watch the tutorial.
Yeah. Okay, well now, yeah, fair enough.
Let's see if the SMG can get this last frag. That's the best I could find. NPK will behead him. So, MOUZ 2-0 off the break. They did find 4 off the start of their CT pistol win, or rather 3 following that CT pistol win. So now here on the attack, 2-0. So far a good haul in their openings.
I did have some bacon as well, and it came with a side salad for breakfast.
Bacon with a side salad?
But it was nice.
Don't get me started about salad for breakfast. My dad is a freak.
It was all right. It's just nice. It's just nice.
Yeah, but when he plops down a plate of boiled broccoli and says it's good for you.
Well, that's not salad,
Come on now, Sasha. Come on, mate.
Broccoli for breakfast is a little bit extreme.
Yeah, well, he is extreme. phzy. Perfect weapon for the job. That smoke will keep him at bay.
Yeah, and you can see if wanted to flirt. Oh, I was going to say flirt with the idea of pushing down behind it. MOUZ are happy to wait it out, and now have very good flashes. They actually have a bit more utility right now than NiP as part of this. But this is, well, exactly what we've come to expect from MOUZ, the slow crawls. That is a denial smoke, right? So even if they want to throw a late naphany, as I like to call it, the lurky smoke up the scaff, it's not going to be able to do a lot for a moment. So they are going to have to bide their time. There's only two smokes remaining, one for phzy and one for Esatag.
But Rez not only threw that smoke to deny, he's actually going to occupy. Flash could counter it.
That's shallow, that smoke right there.
The nade implies it's in the blind. And nothing's pushed just yet.
Using the one-way against them is Rez.
phzy continuing to throw traces, or the absence of, with the silencer, but either way, bullets thrown down range.
43 seconds now.
Yeah, and they're just sitting around.
Chilling out.
Chilling out. Here comes contact. Rez opts for a more passive line. And Dexter, as always, the leads by example, throws himself into the mix. And down goes Frozen, yeah. Quick react. 2 of the hardest hitters. Rez. Immediate destruction. MOUZ gone. They just spent 40 seconds waiting for Rez to blow him up. And that's the end of that lovely, lovely play out of the Swede. A smile creeps onto his face. He knows he has just handed them their bottoms.
Yeah, look, if you're winning around like that, single-handedly, just hey, sit here and shoot him in the head. Simple stuff for Rez, isn't it? Great round and a big smile to finish things off. And, well, they tie things back up 9-9, but it was a bonus round. So it's an important round to win, indeed, but it doesn't have any massive financial ramifications just yet.
Oh, that's what dreams are made of.
Isn't it?
One at a time, into your crosshair. He's loving life.
And he was super... He's already known he's won the round at that point.
Fist bumping before it's done.
Good stuff, mate. All right, well, that's some good stuff from MBK. phzy's down, aggressive toward speed. Okay, Domino's falling here.
Yeah. Recovery really hinging on Popsky. And there he goes. So that is one of the quickest rounds we'll see today. 1 minute 30 as the bomb's down and they're talking about what they want to do. Hampus and his superstar in top form is Rez. He's just going to be hanging out to save and bring the AK and M4 through. That's one way to win a round.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do some maths right here. So next round of play 1900, Rez and Hampus currently still have bags and nades. They've got defuse kits, they have armor, so the only reinvestments they will need to make will be dropping weapons. Popsky will get the 1900. He's going to be the next closest in a buy position. So the gun round next round is going to be all good, right? And these are the things that they're calculating, right? It's not just me sitting there verbal diarrhea. That's what's going on, right? As the discussion, okay, we're going to have enough, the loss going to come through, you guys got to be able to do the maths. That's why I told you to finish high school, because you need to be able to do the basic maths to do your finances in Counter-Strike. Important. And if you become a Counter-Strike pro, you're going to have some finances you want for real life too. So, you know, you need to know what am I going to do with my 401k? I don't even, is that America, 401k?
I think it is, yeah.
Okay. I think in Australia it's called superannuation.
I couldn't tell you what it was called.
Retirement fund, I suppose. Yeah.
My mum keeps badgering on about that.
I'm here for a good time, Alex, not a long time.
Yeah, for real.
Alrighty, well.
Just liquidate my skins when I retire.
Yeah, I think that's, yeah, you hold on to them.
Fun.
See how, well.
That's what Smoothie is doing. Oh, yikes.
Okay, well, Tag, he's the only one with an emission in the buy. And it's an MP9, so it ain't the worst weapon for the job. But let's see, can NiP respond and keep this ping pong of a Counter-Strike match back and forth? But if you are NiP at this stage, you might want to hold on to your nades for a little bit longer. I know last round it feels like it's conditioning, but you can see what's being lined up here. So it's utility on contact that's going to come out.
There we go. A lovely lineup from hampus to basically throw the same thing we saw from Rez. This time he doesn't have to deploy his. They've thought about this. There's levels to it, and it will repel the invaders.
Oh, and a rotation. hampus has thrown that and headed straight to B to help out Tag here, even giving him a nade.
Yeah, he can throw this nice sandbag smoke, and that really does divide. You either get channeled into the quad side or wait it out. Looks like they'll opt for the latter for now. hampus, he's got the flash cocked. Does that mean Tag's going through? No, hangs around, looking to... Oh, over the sandbags. hampus catches the flash. How has he not been seen? How is he not dead? Still stands.
It's another.
And delivers the first. Up to the one man with the silenced gun. Plopsky hanging around and giving it everything it's got. It's not good. MOUZ have got this site under wrap. phzy and Rez just locked out of it for now.
Okay, well, this might be another save call here. Difficult retake possible. Util damage peppering away a little bit more, but nothing lethal just yet. Two behind the gens. More flashes coming their way. The best option would be the save here. No, it looks tidy, you know, it looks like you might want to get stuck in, but he is. phzy's gone forward, insta-gooshed, instantly dead. And there you have it. MBK will close down the round with 3 to his name. MOUZ, okay.
It's what you wanted to see. I mean, if you want to be seeing 3, that's for sure, especially considering the way in which NiP did manage to close out Inferno and the way they managed to even out that first half. It started looking like MOUZ weren't going to have a voice in this conversation. Quite the opposite now. They are raising the decibels. You could see that they were, like, you know, they put the pieces in the right place, but that's only step 1 of a successful defense. You got the read, just didn't get the frags, and MBK is I mean, I'm going to have to check on his stats, but so far, definitely don't feel like he's been anything close to a slouch.
Yeah, he's not out of place at all, is he? Utility damage is looking good, ADR's 104, obviously the kills to his name 21, that's quite tidy too, headshot percentage of 76, so he's having a good game. Rez on the other side is the one top in the table, 17, but he's got a couple of players closer, 15 for Tag, and then Plopsky's next.
I will have to talk to the script writers if MBK becomes the new Scream out of retirement.
It'd be good for Duncan though, because he calls MBK the Kingmaker, right? So if he can hear and help elevate MOUZ to a trophy or 2.
The Kingmaker elevator. We're starting a freestyle rap here. Natural born killer as well. Like, you got a lot to work with there.
Feels like we're the Wu-Tang Clan at that point, doesn't it?
Yeah, we got nothing to duck with.
The Wu-Tang Clan had a fighting game I remember playing on the PS1, I think.
Those were the days where you could just be your rap group could sponsor a game.
There's 3 high explosive grenades available here.
Universe, MBK loses his head, but instead...
He just keeps taking them.
He is going to take them. The Kingmaker beheads another, and 2 more in his crosshairs as the spray connect. Give him to him. Let him have this ace. And it's been stolen by a greedy Bymas, MBK as well. Greed gets the better of him, but it's just the one casualty. Make it 12 for MOUZ.
Almost.
Sports.
Yep. Well, we're sports outside, the MOUZ inside. Yep. But you said 1, and it's the loneliest number. So far, only 1 CT round for the Swedes. So a timeout is required here, and that's a chance for DJL to help set up this CT defense here. Running them through, giving some suggestions. Let's see, how does hampus look? Is there a nod? Is there a smile? Is there orders coming out of the mouth? It seems like they're in a decent spot for this. They've got 2 Orgs now. So Plopsky and phzy have decided to buy into Orgs, right? Instead of, well, AWP. You want a couple more nades for phzy instead, I imagine. But what is this timeout netted? What are they going to operate with on the CT side here? Because they need to find a response. 3 consecutive rounds. That trend needs to be bucked if NiP wanted to get this one done in 2. Mirage waiting in the wings. 3 players from MOUZ heading over towards A. hampus lining up some util again. Bymas and MBK just holding their default positions.
That's like a nice little smoke, actually. Really going to slow down any progress up the ramp, because if you're not walking through that smoke, you're walking into phzy's AUG. Rez as well to clear it out. Call the ramp clear, and we're back to an even keel. No info for MOUZ at the moment, flying blind.
This is the same round, right? They haven't done a lot different so far. Jump peek from phzy, seen that. The smoke from hampus, seen that. Rez playing over towards scaffold, seen that. So nothing different at the moment from NiP. It's going to be how they react. So let's see what the difference comes in when MOUZ give a tell or two, because so far they're happy to wait things out, like util, mid-crawl now.
This mid line, it's usually the Plopsky angle is only held by AWPs due to the fact it's very awkward to convert, but with an AWP, perhaps that tap comes a little easier.
It's such a weird line, isn't it? Like, it looks good. Yeah. I feel like players more often than not just get wrecked, especially if they go for the boost.
And it's the wide swing as well. Yeah, the boost is the counter, but see what they opt for. Dexter is positioning himself to at least smoke it off, but is there more to it? Well, there's one counter, mate. Blind as a bat, has to drop his incendiary, thinks better of it as one is thrown down by his teammates in CT. Loud steps. Okay, Esatag, he's ready. He's on the warpath, he has support, and the Swedes lose their leader. Hampus is gone.
Mid to B still happening here.
Not stopping the commit. Still running into Esatag. Bymas continues to be a thorn in their side, and NBK! He is really rolling back the years. 2-on-1 for Rez. He is looking sharp, and that's quite the lineup. He's got 2 of those.
They've definitely discussed where they're going to have their stockpiles of nades. We've seen it multiple times from NiP here, but if this is a round he goes for and they lose, may see MOUZ just pick this up.
Nathan, 26 frags, and here comes 27 if they don't clear their corners. Rez loudly stepping, positioning accordingly. That's a very nice little incendiary. This could shape up nicely. Okay, NBK has to save him. He doesn't have the health. Rez has the round. NiP can count on him. No kit. It's fine.
I think he would. I think he knows he has it because there was a kit down on the floor. So taking his time on the defuse here, just wanting us to all really savor in his 1-on-2 and a necessary one down to the finest of margins. And robbed a little bit there. That molly flushing out Bymas and the kill coming on through. Great job from Rez to piece this one together.
Yeah, and the second, right, it didn't necessarily provide much, but actually it would have stopped you taking that close line on construction. It kept him pinned. He had the low HP, couldn't disrespect it. So really well thought out round, as well as, of course, not expecting a second molly that flushes Bymas out. Nuts. He played that so well in the low HP of NBK. You really don't envy his position there. Like, he had to try and play the survival game, and you're going to be frustrated after what you contributed.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating there, but they still have NiP on the proverbial ropes, right? Yeah. Their money is in a bit of an odd spot. There's Famus is in the mix now. The util has come on out, and sure, there's a couple of rifles. But on the other side, now Torzsi's equipped in AWP. He's been rocking the AK in the previous, right? Or a rifle of some variety. So now they've got their perfect buy. Everybody with the util required. torzsi with the big green, going up against an NiP who are just trying to get this CT side engine started.
So you are going to see that pretty much rinse and repeat as you've been outlining. It's
quicker on A, though.
Very quick from the T's, and certainly in response.
They're just baiting out earlier util, right? You can see the response from that and an opening kill. Rez, the superhero, is down.
Yeah, what a wallbang. It's got the lineup.
That was just 3 or 4 extra steps on the wood and a couple of extra flashes towards the top part of the ramp. But now hampus, 7 kills. He's going to need to make it at least 1 more. They're past. They're past.
Oh, wow. That really worked out well for phzy. Get away.
Pretty stubborn on wanting to end A here, right? They've got NBK over towards mid, still floating around. Just come back down the ladder to corral with the troops. Oh, the transition, they're pushing.
Are you ready? This round can end in this now 3v3 right here on ramp. Oh, caught out. torzsi aggressive. Plopsky ready.
Look at the heads.
Too many men. Overwhelmed now as the ninjas continue to disintegrate beyond what NiP really expected. phzy now, Esatag. phzy actually disrespecting the molly. He's trapped in there now, overcommitted. He's going to eventually lose the war of attrition. I spoke too soon. Gets away with 4 HP, gets away with murder.
Can still go B. They could if they want. There's 40 seconds. There's time to go back. Esatag and phzy are both here, but they're hitting the brakes again. Still 2 smokes. They can do left and right of sight, but flashing forward.
4 HP! Gets the info at the least. And they know where the flash came from. Esatag A, they say. Turns the flash. Here's the confirmation of the commitment. NBK will seal the deal and make it 13. I mean, we said they're on the ropes, but right now I'd say their coach is shaking his head and grabbing the towel. Not great. And quite the opposite here for MOUZ.
They need a showstopper round because, look, we like the idea of the transition, but it seems so flustered. Like, hampus was like, oh, wait, they're actually here, and then the committer wasn't there. His teammates weren't there to fight. It was so disjointed and ugly to watch. It wasn't like they were believing in the call.
And also, probably, in terms of your protocols and drilling them in scrims, how often has Rez been caught out in that position?
Exactly right. It was just a little change up at the start of the round that made it look completely different, and now it will just be some Deagles and a P250 for Plopsky with 2 USPs bringing up the rear. And you really need a superhero moment, and hampus is having a rougher go of things right now. 7 kills, an aggressive move. This could be what changes the tables.
Bomb found.
phzy's not going to be expecting this, I don't think. He's dead. He is dead. Oh, MBK the savior. The absolute savior.
That was about to be a very different round. He just has a look. He just has a little look, and that is the end of that, right? Plopsky and his P250 takes 1.
I would have punched my monitor then.
Yep.
Would have done my best device cosplay. That right there. Oh my. The cross. He was about to pull the trigger. You could see it.
I would bet he clicked before he processed he was dead. Yeah. Well played to MBK, because we looked at his POV, right? So he was responsible for the mid push initially.
Yeah.
He must have just had a little glance as they walked out of the ladder room. So well played to him, controlling 2 parts of the map from long range.
Dearie me.
Ooh-wee.
Oh, fortunate there, aren't they? 14 secured. NiP will have the cash to splash. Rez goes down.
Dirty 30 for Mr. NBK.
Couple more years until he gets there.
Yeah,
27 of the age.
I was going to say.
Boy, isn't that? That is so rough, man. That is so rough.
Oy, oy, oy. I mean, and Chad doesn't usually speak in absolutes. He's yet to join the Sith, and I mean, we all thought that was a guarantee. Let's see how close it was. Oh, and it goes through him. The S tag was there to at least spot him, see the man that takes his life and his round from him. Here's number 30. NBK's having a good game. 14, 2 away from a 3rd map. phzy trying to occupy the same position. Dexter got the wall bang. And not again, lads. phzy denies. Lives on. Needs to retreat and has been allowed to do so. He's actually trying to catch any info on the ramp side.
Well, against torzsi, why not? You heard Heku talking to him about the, Academy AWPers. We seem to have a lot of them flourishing right now. Let's see if they do end up going toe-to-toe.
It is cool that, yeah, you're going to be bringing rivalries and familiarities with opponents from the Academy League.
It is actually, it is really, yeah.
Yeah, like, come on. Like, as if Counter-Strike couldn't get cooler. We've only gone and found a brilliant breeding ground for the very best, and the fact that they're fitting so quickly into Tier 1, it's cool. It's cool, for lack of a better word.
Oh, looks like they're gearing up for what could be a B finish here. hampus has floated over again to help out. That's a tag. Getting the boost up.
Yeah, but after the flash, surely. Oh, ready enough. NBK's got ya.
He's having a great day, isn't he?
Stamps the ticket of tag and hampus. Oh, you're in trouble. He's been having a tough game, and now a whole squad against him. He's already revealed himself. NBK's posted up the left jiggle's death. Someone throws something. That's a smoke, that's a flash, and that's a peek. Big find from hampus. 2 of the 3. NBK, though, is a man possessed. He could still make this. He's got a partner in crime in Frozen. He's got a bomb, and his teammates got ahead. Plopsky dead, phzy and Rez.
Molly.
The AWP, though, you have to get through that AWP line. phzy doesn't miss these too easy, and now with Rez, it's enough for an 11th. Looks like this will go the distance, folks. We are going to get all the rounds of Vertigo, just as we desire.
phzy's the hero right there, right? hampus had to get the kills, but look, I tracked away from where phzy was, but he threw the flash, and I assume he went back to A, because he then had a late rotation coming back in after those kills. So that flash was what saved hampus's life. It was what set up the double. You can see it come in just here. There was 3 players completely white over towards that cutout position. MBK with another kill, jeez. And then Rez with a double. So, yeah, the essential impact from hampus here. But again, it's just holding on by a thread. And this is the stampeding up ramp again. Is there follow through?
Ooh, goddamn, phzy swings into Dexter again, gets the frag and gets away. He has just accomplished his mission. Double thumbs up from coach. And now things will likely slow down because MOUZ have been caged. Doesn't have to be a particularly big one, I imagine. Pringles tube would work.
Small holes.
Yeah.
But, they are still going to try and corral themselves up the ramp. MBK can join the party late. Smokes, mollies, everything they need to go for an A site hit. But are they going to account for Rez up close and personal? You can see him. He's ready to extinguish. A lot of teams will throw a molly to flush this player out, right? They drop it over the top of the scaff. Rez can do that. He can actually use the molly against them and then create a wall using their utility as a tell that the attack is coming.
It's funny to see them kind of second-guessing the Sandbag molly. I assume they'll throw it later. Or just actually operate that it's completely clear. Fair enough. Good call. Big one from phzy as he finds a second, despite Bymas opening up the A site. Rez still exists, and Rez nearly finishes Frozen. How does he get through that? Torzsi's a threat. A big threat to the toes. Swung on by the MP9 and does go down. That's a big round out of phzy. 4. He starts it and finishes it on his own volition. Quite the round out of the Swedish AWPer, called last minute, and still shows up against one of the biggest opponents for this squad in their group.
Yeah, that's a massive round from him. So much impact to be felt there. And the micro details of that move from Rez as well, his smoke was deep enough that it didn't fully extinguish, I think, it didn't fully extinguish the team Molotov. So it was Frozen coming through late on shore, and he had to run through their own Molotov. So yeah, little details here, and loving what I'm watching, but this is great from phzy. I'll mention what I was talking about yesterday when we had Monacy, right, about the fact that Maui was saying over there at WePlay during the Academy League that Vertigo is played a lot, right? So you're getting these AWPers who are feeling pretty comfy.
I mean, that is gangster, isn't it, considering that a lot of the Tier 1 took a while to accept Vertigo, and of course, what do you do if you're in Tier 2? You get really good at the map the Tier 1 players don't fancy.
And this is something, right, I was talking, like a lot of the younger gens of like the Swedes and the Nordics, they actually like Vertigo quite a lot, which is news to me. And I love to hear that type of news.
Wait till the ancient geeks show up.
Yeah, I know a couple of them out there.
torzsi, you're not going to get away. Four times, I think, now?
Yeah.
I'm including Rez in that. 3 from phzy alone. And on the 3rd, he gets a slap on the wrist.
Well, let's hope that isn't the tail end of this, because this game is now just starting to heat up. Not a lot of residual cash for either team at this juncture. MOUZ with just one more required to get that magic number of 15. Gonna need another member now of NiP to get some traction, and hampus, as we spoke about, not having the most impact in the game so far, and we're having to do a hard job of calling as well. We know that the in-game leader buff, well, it's more like a debuff, does exist.
Yeah, it's just a slow damage over time.
To your brain.
To your brain cells. And your mental fortitude. Edging on the any smoke. Actually, no, this is just a 4
phzy just peeled away. The timing on this could be everything. No one's looking. Well, hampus backed off as well.
Frozen might have heard some steps, and so we'll stick around. But
they fully rotated here. Tag is floating over towards elevator, and they have 3 players to clear out behind A. If they go B right now, this could just be a save from NiP. This round is a dead rubber.
How have they bought bit so hard on the bait? Now they're realizing, and
they have to be quiet. If they run, they give it away. That flash right there, it's too little too late. They're already going to be in.
Go on, Tag. Go on, mate. Taking a little initiative, taking a little space. The smokes are up. Bymas is set up now. You've got to pick your poison. Do you really want to throw all your resources into this? Do you really wanna?
Well, the molly, it's working. It's
it is.
Dexter off.
Dexter's not allowed to plant.
15 seconds.
Denied by the flame. Now they're getting interested in the game. Flashes perhaps to be dumped. Smokes are still up. Bomb planted uncontested. And he gets away. 5-man versus 4 on this retake. This can go either way. And strafing in. 1 found. NBK loves this spot and using it to great success. Still a couple in the feedback. The Ninjas not willing to bend the knee. Only hampus though. 3 to find, spotted on the gap. Torzsi's set and Bymas hanging out as well. This is done. Get out with your life, with your kit and your Kev.
Oof, that's a rough one, right? It's 1 kill of phzy there, who, look, he's had so much impact doing it. You're right. Tried it one too many times.
Like, it doesn't take much from MOUZ to say, hey, torzsi, you know, got that really nice long-range gun that can look real far distances. Can you just check that ratty angle that Rez and phzy have occupied for 6 rounds straight?
Use your shooty, bang, bang, and do your job.
And he did, indeed. Bang, bang. That's crazy how little resistance there was after that initial engagement. That's such a crucial round. Like, is that just a misread? Like, what?
I think here he's just been sitting on a heater the last couple with his impact.
Oh, no, I mean as in the full rotation away.
No, that right there is the desperation setting, and it's like, well, we hope that they finish A, right? And they've already tried to stop them in transition up that ramp a couple of times. So in terms of a misread, it's a read, but one that came back to bite them, right? They almost rotated back in time. I think this here is a difference of 4 or 5 seconds, right? If Tag threw that flash maybe a little bit earlier, it stalls them all setting up their nades, right? And then maybe he gets in position and the rest of the rotation is just there. So it's the finest of details here. It's the same thing with this. As the bomb was getting planted, if they had dropped this lurk smoke you can see here in front of the gen first, right, before the bomb was starting to get planted the second time, after the molly disrupted them, then they could have all gone in and had a 4-on-4 with Dexter planting, right? He would have had to have planted. But regardless, here we are, 15-12, round 28. And an ugly looking buy here.
torzsi posted up looking for the same peak, and he spots hampus leaping for an aggressive walk-up. They know. They know.
definitely know.
They are well aware of Hampus's funny business. I don't think he knows they know, you know?
Someone's going to know in a minute because this smoke's about to fade.
Oh no. That's a bit of a counter util deployed. And Hampus makes no secret now as he hangs around the flame. Again, towards B with presence. S-Attack going to be tested. This is not a fun corner to defend your honor with. He hasn't got any support but a CZ of his teammate.
Yeah, good noise, mate. Good noise.
Good bait. Damn, Plopsky just with his toes secures the frag for his team.
Be a lifeline right here. They have control of forklift room now as well, so a lot of real estate in the hands of NiP and a two-man advantage. I feel like if you're MOUZ and there's damage and not giving over all your guns, because you also don't have a huge economy, right? They're bottom of the barrel loss bonus. So this is the back and forth nature of the tail end of the game.
Yeah, and this is when it gets really spicy, right? Because if they lose all their guns, if NiP keep those 5 alive, they are like it's a crazy swing. It's a crazy swing.
The outcome of the round essentially changes for what both teams are trying to achieve. Like for NiP, it's like, okay, we have the round, but how many guns can we get? And for MOUZ, it's like, well, how many can we take with us? And how many can we carry through? Because we need firepower and in a big way. But one of the things you have to keep in mind is on the T side, there won't be the loss bonus if you save the guns, which means Frozen on 2.5 won't be able to drop an AK. torzsi on 2.6 won't be able to drop an AK. And the money coming through is only 1,400 for Dexter and Bymas. So here we go. They're trying to get some guns back. They have, scooping them up.
Oh.
Not too shabby. That's 2 AKs, an M4. It's looking much better than it did when NiP started this round, and they found the 13th. We look like we're going towards the tail end of this one. All 30 extremely likely now.
Okay, so crunching the numbers, torzsi just shy of dropping another AK-47.
Yeah, and that's because, like I know it seems crazy. He gets to give the AWP no loss bonus. So it's like they can drop a Galil, right? He can drop a Galil, Frozen can do the same. So they can actually have 2 AKs, 2 Galils, and an AWP. So the buy can be good, because then Dexter and Bymas, they can buy head armor, and then they can get the nades required. So there's still enough money to go around for something threatening.
I love also how I'm sitting there talking about, oh, you wouldn't want to be S-Tag. SMG's a hard player. Oh, he's only got Plopsky with a CZ, but what does he have? He's got a teammate with a big, big brain.
Yep.
Just a sound cue. I mean, Dexter, you can't even fault him for it. You're hearing things, you don't know if it's deliberate or not. It's information one way or the other, but you exploit it brilliantly and make those low weapons. You're defending the B site against 3 with an SMG and a pistol, and you do it through any means necessary.
Fantastic situational awareness right there.
Now, what's next in this wild ride? Let's find out.
Well, we either have overtime or MOUZ are going to get this done in regulation. So this is going to be an extremely telling round based on where both teams' money is at right now, right? We've already spoken about the loss bonus enough. Let's put it this way. Whoever loses this round is going to have very little to carry on through into the next, with a caveat of saves, but we'll address that if we need to. Fast mid, it's a change-up.
Yo, and there's a nade already. Look how much damage. 3 MOUZ completely crippled. I'd hope to see that M4 in the feed, and Hampus is the one to oblige. It's Plopsky that softens him up with the nade.
Desperate.
torzsi's just running on in. This is falling apart, and we're talking about saves. I don't think that's on the agenda right now. Bymas just looking for a frag or 2. Desperate to keep hold of that Galil. Now, Bomb already lost on the B site, so he's just going to have to set up his tent, roll out the sleeping bag, start his camp.
Yeah, hard to see him winning this 1-on-4 here. Very, very difficult to do so. 1,900 in the loss into the next. More utility coming his way. Trying to at least find himself a pick onto S-Tag. So a little bit of damage done. His position noted. You can see them all swarming now. Lock down this bomb, lock down this site. So much time. But going for, like, I don't hate the call. Like, a lot of people might go, oh, you know, it's pretty desperate. They just went for a rush. Well, they already have overtime secured. So, you know, if they did that and it worked, oh, they're geniuses. They did a fast play. They changed up the pace.
Didn't see it coming.
Oh, my God. But, you know, this is the flip side of things. Hindsight 2020.
2.
Yeah, that still catches me up.
Crazy. Season 15 of ESL Pro League.
It's been going for some time, hasn't it?
Yeah, I remember season 3.
I think that's where you and I both were involved.
Yeah.
I think you were...
I was overheating on the desk with Pasha.
With Pasha?
Yeah, it was the
oh, yes, yes. Okay. I was playing in that season.
That was the, you know, when like it was actually all in the same place.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I was playing in North America from a casino.
That's right.
Funny story, guys.
A story perhaps for another time.
Indeed, indeed.
Bymas has definitely managed to succeed in his objective. He didn't die and has kept holding his Galil.
Well, he's going to get a big thumbs up from the coach, isn't he? Because that's going to be most likely the only rifle they have, right? It's going to be Tech 9s.
Timeout, or was that a clap? I wasn't reading the hand signals. Okay, we're just going to go.
Oh, here we go. I don't speak Swedish, so it didn't really help. But here's hampus. Look, late with the impact, but impact nonetheless. And if you're going to get the team to OT, just one more round required. They have the better-looking buy of the two. Freeze time has subsided. 3 Tech-9s, a Deagle. They're going to bolster that saved Lil of Bymas.
If ever there was a time for phzy to perhaps have a little looky-loo early again, it might be this round. You know they're going to have a slightly gimped buy. And he will. Gets that new, or rather old, flare back. He can post up, and that's a dream. When your AWP's not had anything early, he can just be your information. He can be the canary in the coal mine and do so with a threat as well. Rez still there in support for now, but he is just operating as a bit of a nade vending machine.
I do like this a lot though, right? It allows hampus to float, plopski and hampus can now bolster B. So the forward stance on A is giving them a lot more versatility on this CT side, and as they start to slink on in towards B lobby, Bymas on a boost could be the way to open up.
Might have to be, so don't forget that Galil was saved through, otherwise they wouldn't have a single bit past the sidearm, so he really has got the world on his shoulders to finish in regulation, and here comes the boost. Timing is everything. There's a tag. A very common clear. Oh, he spotted him. Rifle up B, he screams, he shuts it down, drops the smoke, divides the assault. They have to be channeled into Esatag's crosshair, and actually Frozen's dunked him. NBK hits the 1D.
Not like this.
No way. Oh, NiP gonna be feeling very salty if this one slips through. The pistols and NBK 1D. He's been so sharp for the squad, and now they've got the sight, the bomb. And a real shot here, Chad. A real chance. This time NBK kept caged. phzy won on the long range. He's still by the gens. A second as well for the Swedish. Oh, we go again. Well recovered. Close, but no cigar for MOUZ. They won't be smoking anytime soon. We will be taking a short break because we just locked in an overtime. Vertigo continues in just a minute.
So joining MOUZ recently, there kind of needed to be a whole restructuration of how things were going and the whole direction of the team, I think. And I like to think a bit in the way that I'm kind of the spice in the whole MOUZ meal that I kind of bring some of that, you know, fierceness and direction, and through the experiences that I have in my past teams. I'm extremely competitive, and I want to elevate the teammates that I have to a level that is as good as possible and as high as possible in terms of potential. And so that's what I try to bring to the group mostly, to always keep that direction and, you know, keep that animosity within the team to keep it up.
Two teams inseparable, and I'm not in a rush to finish this either. He said he's worked harder than he's ever has, and he's proving it on the server. I would say this is a damn good case study of it. Now, Chad, heading into OT, you talked about the number 12.5, right? We get the OT
yeah,
price.
12,500, yeah.
12.5. So that does mean a double AWP investment from the NiP has been decided upon.
Yeah, first time we're actually seeing them pull this out on the CT side. So a difference maker here. Let's see if they change their tune. phzy, again, you want to really consider this one, don't you, mate? phzy's posted and he's found you straight on through the double scope. That is beautiful.
That's exactly what you didn't want to see for NiP. That same opener that haunted you in some of those T rounds.
It's just easy done, right? And there's obviously a counter back to that if you are that of NiP, right? But not prepared for torzsi just to pop his head through the little gap right there.
Yeah, and I mean, ZywOo, I'm sure everyone's been watching the ZywOo demos. He loves that angle for the very reason that there is a counter to it, and you can post up for a lot of domineering presence.
Wow, I feel like MOUZ have to convert this, right? Maybe just for the confidence sake, because it did trickle away from them here. They had 15, and now NiP battled back into things. So let's see, as the opening pick and hitting the brakes, one of the things MOUZ have done best over the last couple of days, is going to net them around. hampus has actually called the troops to hedge their bets back towards B. So Esatag and plopski reside, Rez over towards middle, and hampus to try and push them away on his lonesome here. Defensive utility nade comes on through. hampus is running out of those, and he has a molly remaining as Dexter and Frozen are trying to sell this one. There's 35 seconds, and the bomb is headed over towards B. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Uh-oh, indeed, for plopski as he jumps into their arms. Esatag, though, he has a capable second AWP,
and
at 24, they are going to try and sell this with NBK.
He's definitely going back now.
Yeah, okay, but hampus is at least parking the bus, and that seems a bit suspicious, a bit sus. Yeah, ESL sprinting.
Look at Dexter, he's already at sandbag. This is a power position.
It's a power position if they plan. If. Well, they will. And the molly late. Nade might be good, though. torzsi catches that at the bare minimum, but they're away. Lovely play. NiP getting toyed with here.
This is a 3v3 that greatly favors the T's. You got to take a look at the use. Well, there are some smokes to work with. To deploy those would be optimal right now. ESL has one flash on Rez.
Otherwise, torzsi can go hunting. He's not far off the mark on the first. Now Dexter takes down Rez. A big component of this 3v3 that already heavily favors the MOUZ, and he's going for a bit of a cheeky one there. The smoke's up. The cross says good. Dexter handles business, gets away with it, and 16 secure for MOUZ.
Okay, well, good stuff. And all off that opening, right? So phzy, he did have impact and he kept them in it with 2 rounds where he had like opening picks from that position, but now he might need to reel it in. How many tricks are in that box, right? This is the thing. Can we go for a different aggressive pick? Are we able to get you to find that impact elsewhere? Because you can see this, right? Bang. Look, that's when he doesn't even have a chance to fight back. So you can't find yourself in that position again. phzy donning the ult for one more time. You can see his cash has already been siphoned through in a big way. Here we go. Important for NiP if they want to put up the fight to get back into things. phzy has taken a sandbag position. Rez not going to push on through, not going to take that risk. And much of a muchness here for MOUZ. Their default spread continues to just be the key component to starting off. Trickle nade there is too early and not going to do much damage. phzy pressured out of position. We saw MOUZ defend successfully, consistently from the back of the site on their CT side, right? They just, when they would lose control, they just parked torzsi up towards that headshot box. Actually going to reposition phzy to go for an aggressive maneuver here.
torzsi's preparing for that boost.
2 nades that haven't done a whole lot, and the utility damage from NiP tends to be good, so not reading this one. Bang on the Ninjas. B pressure coming in. So they're about to, at 45 seconds, apply a boost over towards ESL's position, right? Now, that smoke, it's not going to do a lot. They're ahead of it.
Oh, yeah, and ESL was actually in the dark. He's got on the bullet to confirm that there is
so much
a
pressure
man up there, but yeah, he is under a lot of scrutiny. MBK's presence alone.
Oh, it's pulled a full rotation. hampus moved, Rez moved, it's just phzy now. They're going to come back A.
Oh, and the loud steps confirm their worst fears. Smoke's on the fly, but it is 20 seconds. If you could just destabilize a bit more than you have previously, just like that, Rez takes a bit of a gamble. 18 seconds, fellas. 4 members of MOUZ need to converge on that site. Short held by phzy. Not going to fall for the bait. Eliminates Frozen, and now surely there's no way to plan.
Bymas gonna try.
Uh-oh. Spaghetti-O. Bymas gets it down. If he could just jump up, neutralize that headshot threat, but phzy's continuing to contribute. 1 round. The round lost. This time he's a heavy factor in the win. Or is it? Could it be more from torzsi? Multiple targets. They're starting to line up. It's getting scary. torzsi to clutch. They are defusing, and that's the end of that. Didn't want a second guess for the repeat, but nearly a masterclass.
Beautiful stuff, like good shooting right there. And actually it's done a lot to the bit of the bank balance of some of these NiP players. Fortunately, AWP picked up, so phzy will get that in his hands. But that one looked very close, didn't it? And having the balls to sit there defuse after your 2 teammates have already hit the deck, it takes, yeah, some conviction.
It does, because you know it's the worst way to lose out on the last of the multi-kill. You're just sitting there, choosing not to fight.
Please don't shoot, please don't shoot, please don't shoot. But good stuff, right? Even though they got played there, they got forced to rotate around the map. phzy finding some impact, but we're back underway here. Early nades and, well, damage done. Bymas with the entry, more pressure towards B early.
Yeah, plopski could have so much to contend with if they had Accelerate, and torzsi's there to overwatch.
Got to remind myself, they do just cut the audibles, don't they, and wait. So even with the opening, still going to be a tough task here for MOUZ. We've seen them convert first round of OT with a similar scenario, and that smoke missed. It didn't go where they wanted it to land, so there is a gaping hole here.
Oh no, Rez might not be expecting them to have such vision with the smoke missed. And now phzy completely caught off guard. NiP have tripped over their shoelaces here.
Running straight into ramp and hampus right now. Rampus.
Yeah, well, he would have to ramp up some serious damage if he wanted a chance at this one. Flashing for the peak. Ooh. Mantles up and needs, I don't know, another flash and 4 frags. Never mind, it's not going to happen. plopski's the one to go 1v5. When was the last 1v5 we saw from this kind of state of affairs? Oh, and with the flank as well. NBK to finish the job. The contingency plan is there. Nice shooting from Plopsky. The fresh mag not punished. NBK still late. He wants to secure this from behind.
Yeah, surely he's dead, right?
Good. We do see 17. 2, though, on the T side. That's a great haul.
Yeah, you got to be happy with that if you're MOUZ, because it was the T gun rounds that they stalled out towards the end of that game to not get it done in regulation. This one destined right now for a third map by the looks of things. Waiting in the wings is Mirage, third and final map of this series. And then later today, we do have LFO and Entropic, and followed by G2 versus Fnatic towards the end of the day. So you got Counter-Strike all Friday long, but here we go, back into play. torzsi's AWP, an audible herd over towards B. He's going to keep that one moving. One of the things I like about torzsi, he's very active on that AWP, right? He takes a shot, rotates around, keeps things moving. But NiP, they're not doing a whole lot of that right now. Sitting back, waiting out these very suspect smokes.
It's you guys that hang there, hampus, not them. Still does cover it. Frozen very much willing to take that initial fight.
You can just see the exchange of util, right? You know, it's smoke molly defense, and now with transition too.
Oh, he got caught wind of it. Just a little whiff that there is CTs in hot pursuit of information. torzsi's got short, and well, a 3-man defense established quite heavily here on A. hampus to try and break it, and the flash is perfect from Dexter. It pops. phzy with a white screen. And now hampus seeing red, does get one back, needs a whole lot more. They're posted up. This just doesn't feel like it's got teeth. A little bit of a gap on that smoke. That could lead to someone's demise if they were to cross to elevator, but they're already established. 30 seconds is short, still unknown.
Yeah, Frozen's in such a powerful position here.
I mean, this is Plopsky's clear. Has to be Plopsky's clear, but the smoke completely obscures him. Oh, never mind. hampus doesn't need to see him to find him, and with his teammate Esatag having short. Now that we're nearly there in the flowchart for a plant, it's just Bymas onto that Esatag duel.
Getting it down.
And defense from NBK catches hampus, but now a 2v3. There is a world. High flash just to get himself out of hot water, but he loses his teammate. Multiple to swing. A good round out of Bymas there for the foreseeable, and I just want to keep track of that NBK tally. Yes, we're in overtime. Yes, it was 30 in regulation, but we're heading towards 40 here in our first OT. He has not let up the gas. You know, how often do you see someone kind of disappear onto one of the halves? He's just been a constant, regular presence in that kill feed.
Yeah, it's been great to see, right? He's had so much impact throughout this game. Good to see him continuing that. So here in the OT, but one more round, and that was a round that MOUZ, it felt very secure. The opening kills went their way. There was only just a moment where that balance could have been tipped. Well, they held on tight, and here we go. Just one more to close this. 19-16 is what's going to happen if this one goes their way.
And with, you know, near 12 more kills, he's still got the highest headshot percentage as well. NBK's hitting those headies.
There it is.
torzsi's hit res right out of the server for this round. Is this the last round of Vertigo? This was NiP's pick, Chad.
Yeah, well, this is what Yanko and Kasar were talking about on the desk, right? The idea that this could go against them, picking into a map that you've played and, well, beaten them on regularly. Well, not regularly, recently is where we wanted to go with that. Now, this has probably been a closer affair than I think what we were expecting to see.
How could this tumble out of control? Dexter's ready to lock the doors behind them with a late ladder descent should he continue to linger. Jiggle on Frozen for info. Oh, short to be cleared.
Oh, it's late.
Frozen trying to get his weapon out. Maybe not ready for the AWP presence on short, but it's Bymas who's locked out by Flame. Good util usage, a counter for the smoke as well. Oh, and torzsi still goes for a tag for tag. phzy's down. He lives on. Short is occupied by the CTs, and he's going for a real audacious maneuver. They're not expecting this. torzsi gets another. MOUZ, one frag away. hampus is down and out, and that is a third map, folks. MOUZ punished the NiP confidence with the Vertigo pick.
Yeah, beautiful stuff here. You can see the coach, big smile on his face. They were able to grind this one through and set us up for a third map of play. All that action and more coming just around the corner. Analyst desk up next, and Mirage after that. We'll see you then.